If you are driving on Ridge Road in Greece, New York, you might not notice a small white house turned guitar center. This quaint little store, surrounded by car dealerships and an always busy road, is filled with string instruments, each with its own story. This store has a story as well. Stutzman's Guitar Center is run by Dave Stutzman. Guitars are more than just his hobby or job, they are his life.
My father started the business in 1952. Actually, he, as a hobby, had it long before that, but officially as a corporation started in 1952. And it still really was his hobby business. He was a co-owner of an insurance company, but his passion was really for guitars and banjos and mandolins.
Growing up surrounded by instruments, Dave played and fixed the several types of stringed instruments which came through the shop and his home.
By the time I was 9, he was giving me things like helping him take old banjos apart and clean all the pieces parts, because it was something at the time we were doing with compounds and steel wool and something a 9-year-old could do.
Dave's love for guitars is not just from repairing them. He believes there are benefits to learning and playing the instrument.
Oh, I've read all kinds of materials that young kids who start with an instrument do far better in both science and math than kids who don't play an instrument.
During Dave's childhood, guitars were in a golden age of popularity, with the 60s boom in folk music and the Beatles popularizing the electric guitar.
By 65 or 66, we had over 1,000 instruments in stock. So word quickly spread that, oh wait, we can go see not one Martin, but 40 or 50 Martins if we want to go to this store.
In fact, people came from all over the country to look at old and refurbished guitars that they couldn't see in the average guitar shop, and to get knowledgeable advice and experienced repairs.
When I got out of college, I was going to go to work for a bank. My father's company actually helped insure a bank. Unfortunately, he passed away in early January of '76, very unexpectedly. But I thought, well, you know, musicians are probably some of the craziest people around, so maybe I can combine the two.
Dave has run the shop for 41 years. As his business grew, he got the opportunity to open up a small guitar factory, which was under the Stutzman name, for 10 years. Although he no longer owns the factory, Dave still spends his days working on instruments.
I usually start between 8:30 and 9 in the morning, paperwork, ordering, going through the repair log to see what's due in the next week to 2 weeks, and then it allows us to say, oh, here's 2 bridge resets that are due a couple days apart. We'll try and do them both at the same time, so that when we've got the tools out, we're doing the light thing to make it a little bit faster. The only way I can get all the repairs done is to not answer the phone, not answer the door, and churn away as fast as we can.
65 years of experience has earned Dave and the shop a reputation in both the local and national music community. Stutzman's has been featured in articles for several regional music magazines and newspaper articles. Recently, with the popularity of online sites such as Amazon, the shop has faced a challenge to maintain a customer base.
And so our business in sales has slowed down the last few years, as almost every brick and mortar store, as Amazon takes over and more people go in that direction.
Despite this, Dave is confident people will always need a brick and mortar guitar store to shop for and repair guitars.
I still get a kick out of the guy coming in and saying, well, I want to spend whatever dollar figure, I want to spend $500, you know, what kinds of instruments are there? Showing him 3 or 4 different brands and helping him decide which of those is the best, and listening to it, feeling it, which is something that you can't do on Amazon.
The store also hosts a variety of unique, antique instruments, all refurbished by Stutzman. With new generations acquiring new instruments, and old instruments always needing a tune-up or facelift, Dave Stutzman will be there, selling and fixing everything from first guitars to harp guitars. Music has always been a huge part of Dave's life as a hobby, career, and passion, and Dave enjoys passing that passion down to the next generation of players.